Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday Leeds Champions League. Chris here, aka Big Will, and today we kick things off with an FA Cup tie against Enterprise League's Halifax. Is it the Enterprise League that it's called now? It is, Enterprise National. I, I'm still used to calling it the National League, but Enterprise National is the league that Halifax are in. They're sat in mid-table, 12th place. They've got some very good players. This could be a big result for us if we can get through it. It's going to be a tough game. There's no doubt about it, but hopefully we can continue our good run of form, which, with the only game that we've had since the previous episode, we have continued that winning run, a 2-0 win away at struggling Bedford. So that's 5 clean sheets in a row now, and we are looking pretty sharp. So going into this game, anything can happen. Obviously, if we do go out of the FA Cup, we'll get a few more games out of the way and just come back a little bit later on, probably in November. But if we get through, then it's the next round of the FA Cup that we will come back for. We have actually made another new signing, and again, I'm really happy with it because he's come in on such cheap wages. Wedges? Come on, Chris, get your words out. £160 a week is all it took for us to get Darren Palmer, again, previously of Newcastle's Youth Academy. And I'm really happy with the signing, to be honest. Again, good off the ball movement and work rate, really determined character, reasonably quick with good natural fitness, a little bit aggressive in his play, which I don't know if I'm keen on that or not, but he's not very brave, so I'm not entirely sure how that works. But a good first touch, good dribbling and crossing ability as well. I did mention in the previous episode, I believe, that I think that we needed another winger just to help us cover. He can play on the left or the right hand side, and he's got 3-star of current ability as a winger. So that's exactly how things are going to go. He's actually got a reasonable left foot with a very strong right foot. So realistically, he's both footed and he will be a very valuable asset to us on either wing. And again, I'm really, really pleased with the attributes. And again, credit to our scouting team for finding him to bring him in. Going into this game, I don't really know what to expect. Obviously, as I said before, they are a very good side, Halifax, in comparison to us. But I firmly believe that we could very much cause an upset here. We're in good form, and hopefully things will go in our favour. Spencer has started to decline a little bit more recently. Obviously, as I mentioned before, he's 34 years of age. He's having a very good season, though. So I'm a little bit loath to drop him as things stand. Crooks is back in at centre-back ahead of Bakare. The rotation will continue. Crooks is improving at the moment as well with all the training he's been doing. So things are going in very much the right direction for the whole squad. 3 new signings in the last couple of season weeks, and all on cheap wages. And we're very much within wage budget still. So things very much working well at the moment, especially with our scouting team. And it is something I will keep an eye on a little bit more in future. Obviously, normally I do the hard graph side of things. I don't just rely on the scouts. I go in there and I'm scrolling through player after player after player, seeing who wants big money and who doesn't, and so on and so forth. But the scouts have picked out these 3 players that we brought in, very cheap wages, and my word, what a couple of good signings these could be for us going into the full course of the season. So going into this FA Cup tie, as I mentioned before, I don't really know what to expect. I want us to be competitive. That's the main thing. I want us to be competitive in this fixture. We've got good players on the bench as well. We're starting to build that a little bit more strength in our depth. We had the depth anyway, but a bit more strength in there. And that is exactly what we were after. It could be a very tough day for us. Realistically, we are away from home as well. But with the way the season's been going, especially in our last 5 games, obviously it does incorporate a couple of the FA Cup ties. We're doing well in the league. We're in good form. Confidence is high. Let's see what we can do. And good interception there from Richardson into Spencer. Holds it up. He's not got a lot of support and he's got a lot of bodies ahead of him. But Malachi sharp now with a chance to run at his man and finds Weston into Spencer. Lofts it wide to that left-hand side for Emerson and he controls it superbly. Gets it in and Tony Weston has scored and we take the lead here in Halifax. And this is a great start from our perspective. I mean, when Spencer launched that ball to the left-hand side, I was wondering what he'd seen realistically, to be honest. It's a phenomenal pass. A lot of height on it, to be fair, but what a touch that is from Emerson. Really good stuff from him. He manages to just about cut it back, and a volley from Weston there. First time strike ahead of the defender, and to be fair, there's not an awful lot their keeper could have done about that. But defensively, not the best from Halifax, and that is certainly something that we will take advantage of. Launched forward from Halifax, good header from Hughes, and again it's cleared away. We're fighting tooth and nail for every single ball at the minute, and we just want to hold on to the lead for a couple of minutes realistically, and that's a great bit of control and a lovely finish from Owen Bray. Our lead lasted no more than a minute, and unfortunately, obviously we are up against a slightly better quality of player, but it's Route 1 football. Bray with the first touch on his right foot and the finish with his left foot, and unfortunately Crook couldn't set himself. It's the first time we've conceded for quite a while, 5 games without conceding until this moment here, and our lead lasts no more than a minute, and this is where the test comes to light, I think. But as long as we can keep things competitive for the course of the match, I'll be quite pleased. Charlie Weston here with the corner. Swings it into that near post. It's easily cleared. Sharp picks it up. Chance to get it into the penalty area. Fires it in, and it's another good piece of goalkeeping from Johnson in the Halifax goal. And it goes out for another corner. But look at the number of attempts at goal. XG-wise, we're on fire. I mean, Bray's goal was absolutely phenomenal. He took it superbly. So you can't really knock that. Sharp couldn't quite get the pass through to Yestin Hughes there, and now Hayes Green into Latty Fairweather. Now Turner Cook. A lot of double-barreled names in this Halifax team. It's certainly giving my vocabulary a good workout. And Emerson is in, and Zach Emerson has scored. Owen Bray again finding the space and laying the pass through, and Halifax, against the run of play, do take the lead. And Hugo with the pass into Bray, and he's just cut inside there. I mean, completely split the centre backs, and Emerson with the finish. There's not a lot Crook could do about that. He got caught out a little bit, really, a little bit out of his goal. But again, there's not a lot we could have done. The pass just split the defence completely. Centre backs not covering themselves in glory realistically there. But obviously, again, we're creating chances, but both of their attempts on target have been converted. We've had 6 shots at goal. They've been on 7 now on target, and we are yet to find that second goal. We're really working very hard, though, and we're creating a lot of chances. Bruder into Lindsay, and now Richardson into Weston. Tony Weston, Spencer. He just got buffeted a little bit there by Hayes Green. I think he did manage to get a touch on it to get the pass away, but couldn't get enough on it. And Osai getting down that left-hand side. Yestin Hughes trying to get back to him. And there is Owen Bray again. And the quality is starting to show. But that's 3 attempts on goal, 3 attempts scored for Halifax. And it looks like our FA Cup run is going to come to an end. It's not been a very, very good Oh, come on, Chris, get your words out. It's not been a very good performance defensively from our perspective. And it's going to be disappointing, I think. But again, look at the match stats. I mean, we've been well and truly what the term is FM'd here. And Bray with a free kick over the bar. It's just not been our day, realistically. The fact that they've had 3 attempts on target and scored them all is very disheartening, considering the number of chances we've created. And we'll try and G the lads up a little bit, but I think, to be honest, the damage has already been done. And full focus is going to be on the league, I think, at this rate. Here's Malachi Sharp into Spencer. And I thought we were going to get a full highlight there. I was just about to get a little bit more in-depth in my commentary, and yet it just dissipated into nothingness. And Tony Weston now into the left-hand side. Malachi Sharp plays it to Lindsay, who's one of the furthest forward here. And he's still going. He's not got any support arriving in the penalty area, and he had to go for goal. I think he could have held it up probably a little bit longer, but he had no options there, realistically. And Sharp now into Spencer, who's been so poor today. He keeps getting caught on the ball. Emerson into Johnson, and now Hobson at the back into Tarima, but that's a great interception from Emerson. Coming down the left-hand side, we're trying to get the lads into the penalty area. Emerson plays it in. Weston gets there ahead of the keeper, but the defender's positioning was outstanding. He got back and managed to make the block when the keeper was completely out of kilter there. And Weston here with the corner swings it into that near post, and we can't win the header again. And it's come from Malachi Sharp. He's under no pressure, and he's found Tony Weston, and perhaps we are back in the game. Sharp with the little dink into the penalty area, and Weston first to react, and he makes it 3-2. So the game is still on. I mean, defensively, I'm not too sure what Halifax were doing there. They didn't react to Sharp at all. He was completely left on his own. And look at the run from Tony Weston there, straight through the centre of the penalty area. And you'll see it when he comes through. He came literally right through the middle there, and no one picked him up. We'll certainly take it. We're back in this cup tie. Can we find a way to equalise? What a result this would be, by the way. Like I say, even a draw in this game against the side that are in the league above us, a draw in a game like this is still a very good result. But we want to win this tie. Can we find a way? 20 minutes to go. We are going to make a couple of changes. Spencer has been shocking today. He's just not been in the game. Esong is going to come on up front for him. Palmer, do we give him his debut? Both Emerson and Sharp are playing quite well at the moment, so I'm a little bit loath to bring him on as things sit. I think, to be quite honest, I mean, there's a couple of anxious players, especially in the defence at the moment. I think we'll take Lindsay off. He is a bit anxious. We'll bring Ezanoli on for him, and Bakare can come on for the youngster Crooks as well, who is also a little bit anxious. Richardson is also a little bit nervous, but in the midfield, he's got a little bit more experience in there than Crooks has, so I think it is a good move to make. Can we find a way? 15 minutes to go. We're sticking with the positive mentality throughout the campaign, of course. And I've tried going to attacking and or very attacking before. It doesn't make any difference, I've found. It was the same thing with FM24, of course. Whenever you change to very attacking, inevitably, it was very rare that you got another highlight. Can we find a way to win this game? Look at the number of attempts at goal we've had, and yet we still can't break down this Halifax side. There's a minute to go. Johnson to Hayes Green. And now Tarima into right, coming down that right on the right-hand side. How typical is that? Emerson back to Bruder. Now Bakari. 1 minute to go. Weston lofts it over the top. Esong chasing it down. He's unmarked. Plays it in. Weston! Hat-trick for Tony Weston. What a moment right at the end of the game. He has saved our FA Cup tie. Big opportunity here. Can we find our way for a replay? I think at this time, I was confused with this last season, I know. I think at this stage, we do get a replay. What a fantastic goal. Again, really well worked from the team. And once again, Tony Weston is there with the header. And what a performance. We've somehow managed to claw back a draw there. But at the same time, look at those match stats. That is insane. The number of attempts, the XG, actually suits us. But Halifax, I mean, they tried to control possession, and in the end, we got very much what we deserved. And against the team from the league above us, that is a great result. Tony Weston with a hat-trick. And that is a phenomenal result for us in the end. And I'm not entirely sure when the replay is going to be, to be quite honest. That's a brilliant result. And of course, the return fixture is at home and it's only in a few days' time. So bear with me. I'll get my composure back a little bit and then we'll come back for the, in effect, the second leg. Okay, then here we go for the second leg against Halifax. Big opportunity for us. We fought our way back into that game previously. Can we get through to the first round? We have been drawn, potentially, against another National League side in Altrincham. So a relatively local tie again. And they are also mid-table in the Enterprise National League. So a very similar standard of team to what we're playing now. We've shown our competitive side, and I'm going to take a big risk today. Spence has been outstanding for us, but I'm going to give Esong an opportunity from the start today. We haven't got a big man up front, realistically, to be that target man, but hopefully Esong, with he's got a bit more pace about him, realistically. Hopefully, he can come in and have a really good game. He's got 1 goal and 1 assist for us so far this season. He's not had a lot of game time. But my word, what an opportunity we have here. Bakare's on the yellow card warning at the moment. He could be suspended if he does get another booking, but that's not a particular worry. Crooks is going to be on the bench today. He was a little bit nervous in the previous leg, so we've decided to rotate him out. But we will keep Lindsay in. He's a very good left back, Lindsay, so I feel that we need to keep our key player in the squad. So it's all to play for. It was a phenomenal comeback in the previous leg, and we are at home, of course, in this one. The fact that we drew 3-3 away against a team from the league above is brilliant. And obviously, it could end up being a very similar scenario again, should we get through when we play Altrincham in the first round proper of the FA Cup. We did well to get to the first round last year, and we got drawn against Marine in the same league, and we should have gone through to the second round realistically. But it is what it is. We're not holding on to that too much. The time is now. Can we get ourselves through to the first round of the FA Cup? It was a brilliant performance last time out. We really worked hard to get back into the game. We created so many chances, and we must have carved them open so many times, but every time they got a shot on target, they scored. That was the problem in the previous game. And immediately from kickoff, they are getting down that right-hand side with Glackin and Emerson with the header, and it's taken just 20 seconds for them to have an attempt at goal there. Luckily, it goes over. And I'm hoping we can get a little bit more control in the game. I mean, we had so many chances in the previous match, but possession-wise, we didn't have a lot of the ball. So I'm hoping that we can control the game a little bit more. But again, we will have to wait and see. A very cagey affair, it would appear, in the opening 20 minutes or so. Halifax with a couple of attempts off target, but nothing really concrete to be shown at the moment. XG-wise, Halifax very much in favour at the moment. Possession very even. Poor corner delivery cleared by Mills. Tony Weston picks it up into Charlie Weston. Swings it into that far post, and Mills does well again to clear. And now Turner Cook picking it up and finding Emerson. Plays it to the right-hand side, and Glackin again on the attack, charging forward, and his strike luckily goes over the crossbar. Couple of decent deliveries, but their defender Mills, their centre-back, very much in control of both situations. Halifax, it would appear, very much in control of this game so far. Crow with the throw. Hugo back into Crow, looking to swing it in. Emerson was there. Good header from Bakare on the volley from Lati Fairweather there. And that was a very good effort, incidentally. Keeper Crook was very worried about that. But luckily, we managed to get away with it. And as we were in the away leg, Halifax are very much in control at the moment. They're creating a lot of chances. Johnson, the keeper, launching it forward. Bakari's header. Weston couldn't get there. Osai into Emerson. Again, they're winning all the second balls, and it doesn't fill me with too much confidence at the minute. Turner Cook into Osai. Coming down the left-hand side. Can he swing it in? Yes, he can. And it's off the post from Glackin. And we will manage to get it clear with Emerson. Good little step outside there to get past his man. Charges down the left-hand side. And I thought we were going to get a big opportunity there. But we are growing into the game. I think we've still got the positive mentality on, as I mentioned before. But I think we're just trying to work our way into this match at the moment. It's very cagey. Neither side wants to make any big mistake. Good delivery. It's come out to Sharp. Lindsay. Back to Tony Weston. What an effort that is. And it goes just wide of the post. I think it was a lot wider than I anticipated, to be fair, from the camera angle that we have. I thought it was a lot closer than it was. But I think overall, I'm quite pleased. Again, Halifax, I think, have been the better side so far today. We're not creating an awful lot, and I'm starting to wonder if we do need Spencer up there because he is that little bit more physical presence. I'll tell lads that we're not creative enough, which is true. We haven't been creative enough at the moment today, and we do need to try and just build ourselves up a little bit. Bakare into Bruder, just from kickoff there, and hopefully, like I say, we can just find a little bit more from ourselves in this second half. We are creating a couple of chances. We've had more attempts on target as we did in the previous game. It's a very cagey affair, but it could be a very simple 1-0 this one at any point as Johnson there manages to make the claim. I don't know who had the effort or what there, but in the end, the keeper claims it comfortably. Launched forward, looking for Zach Emerson. Good header from Lindsay. Emerson does pick it up on off the pass from Hugo, and now Osai coming down that left-hand side, plays it in, and Crook, very assertive goalkeeping, a good claim from him, and it remains 0-0 as we approach the hour mark. Crook rolling it out to Yestin Hughes, and now Bakare launches it forward, and I think, yeah, we are used to doing that launch forward, but Spencer has a bit more physicality than Esong does. I mean, Esong's only 5'4", I think it was. Bakare, great interception from him there, and played into Richardson, and now Weston plays it forward into Esong. Nice little reverse pass into Tony Weston, and he couldn't get enough on it, and it goes just wide of the post. We're just going to pause there. We are going to take off Esong for Spencer now. Charlie Weston, we haven't. I mean, to be honest, it's a bit of an oversight from me, really. We should have Songo on the bench. Palmer could come on for Emerson, I think, for his debut. Emerson's not been particularly great today. He has struggled. In terms of other options, I mean, Palmer's looking nervous. Of course, it would be his debut, wouldn't it? Of course. I don't think we can bring him on, realistically, because he's nervous. I mean, Malachi Sharp's complacent. I can't imagine why he'd be complacent, because we need to be getting the result today. Spencer coming on for Esong, definitely. I do want to make one or two other changes, but again, I should have checked the bench, really. We needed Songo on the bench today, really, just to give us that extra assurance in that holding midfield. We'll just make the one change for now and see with that physicality up, extra physicality up front, if Spencer can get the better of the opposition defenders. I mean, Tony Weston managed to profit superbly in the previous match with a hat-trick, of course. Probably because the defenders were keeping an eye on Spencer. He is 6'1". He's got that physicality to him, and perhaps that's why they work so well together one way or another. Here is Osai charging down the left side again. Yestin Hughes completely beaten, and it's been cut back, and that is a huge miss from Zach Emerson. It should be a goal, that, for Halifax, realistically. We've gotten away with one there. Emerson, such a poor performance from him. He's going to have to come off. I can't leave him on. He's been absolutely shocking today. And we're going to bring Pavey on. And you know what? We're going to bring Palmer on as well for Malachi Sharp, because he has been poor today. Let's see how we get on. We've changed the attacking, well, 3 of the attacking 4. Quarter of an hour to go. Is it going to go all the way? This is the question. I would rather it didn't, but in our favour, please, not in theirs. Turner Cook with a corner for Halifax. I wouldn't like to go out from a set piece. Turner Cook taking his time, looking to measure the play in, and there's the ball in, and it's cleared away. Johnson strike, and Mills was there. I mean, he was right in front of goal, and he's managed to head it straight across goal and out for a goal kick. Pavey with a corner for the Nash. Come on, the Nash. Just a couple of minutes to go. Pavey. I mean, I don't actually think we've scored from a set piece so far. Pavey swings it in, and it's just about cleared away. Palmer into Spencer. Back to Lindsay. And why didn't Spencer turn? He had so much time. That was the big opportunity for Spencer. There's 20 seconds left. I can't imagine this is going to be a goal, surely. I think this is just going to be one of those highlights that sees out the match. Lindsay. I mean, I don't know why we're being shown this if it's not going to be a goal. Yeah, so it's just gone to the keeper and it's going to be full time. What a stupid highlight. We've got it on key highlights. I don't know why they do things like that. And is it extra time? I don't look very happy one way or another. Is it extra time? It is extra time. So I thought it would have gone straight to penalties. So we'll tell the lads we're not happy. We need to pick it up a bit. And that does mean, I think, that we've got an extra substitution as well. And I think, to be honest, we're going to make it. Lindsay has been shocking today as well at left back. In terms of match rating, we'll get Ezeanolim on for him. He's also on a yellow card, Lindsay, which I didn't notice. So I'm quite glad I've done that when I have. I mean, the pressure really is all on Halifax. I mean, they are in the league above us. We should be, realistically, not be getting too close to them. But it just shows how a good run of form can really change perspectives for a side. Big opportunity for Palmer as well, making his debut on the wing. Again, he's not seen an awful lot of the ball. So it's very, very cagey in this second tie. Bruder here plays it to the right-hand side, and again, nothing coming from it. Opportunity maybe here for Halifax. It's Letty Fairweather into Tony Cook, swings it in. Bray is there with the header, and Owen Bray has scored, and he's been a thorn in our side throughout this cup tie. He did brilliantly in the first game, and now we find ourselves behind. We're going to go very attacking. I don't think it'll make any difference at all. And Crook just couldn't quite get there. I'm not too disappointed with the keeping, to be honest. He tried so hard, he just couldn't make it. And again, as I mentioned before, we've gone very attacking. I can't imagine us getting any chances because we've done that, to be honest. Richardson launches it forward. Spencer hasn't got the pace to chase it down, really. And Osai's beaten Yestin Hughes to it. And the right-hand side of our defence is completely open. And Osai coming down the left-hand side. Can he get it in? Yes, he can. Emerson is there. It's cleared away by Bruder. And it's cleared away again. Spencer's header into Tony Weston. End-to-end stuff now. We are very attacking, of course. And Weston's been chopped down by Earl there, and it's a free kick. And I think, realistically, I don't know if they'll go for a second goal or whether they'll just try and break the play up each time. Here comes Pavey down the left-hand side. He's not got the support. And again, Owen Bray is there again. He's completely ruined us throughout the two games. And I don't really think overall Halifax deserve to go through. To be honest, I think over the two games we have been the better team, but they've just had that little bit of extra quality. Charlie Weston, Pavey couldn't beat Tarima, and we're just not getting the ball now. Ezeanolim launches it forward, cleared again. Pavey picks it up. Can he spark something? Tony Weston plays it forward. Spencer would have been offside, and the defender has just headed it out for a corner. I'm not too sure why he's done that, but there's still a chance for us. Played into the penalty area. It's cleared away again. Bakare picks it up. Don't shoot. The last thing we need is our centre back shoot. That's a great pass from Hughes. And it's played in. And it's been disallowed. Offside given. I'm not too sure who was offside. That was so well worked as well. And I think that's going to be it. That's heartbreaking. And again, it's Owen Bray who's done the damage. I mean, Palmer came on and did absolutely nothing on the wing. He got a 6 rating and he only played for, what, half an hour? That's certainly not good enough from him, but we just couldn't find the back of the net today. And in the end, a little bit disappointing. It does give us a chance to focus a little bit more on league football for sure, but to lose after playing so well in both games is a little bit harsh. Yeah, not ideal from our perspective, but again, we've been in really good form, and hopefully it won't derail us too much because the games were very, very close. We're probably going to get quite a few games done, to be quite honest. We've come back quite early there. I'm looking at the Scarborough game, to be honest. They are top of the league at the moment, and then Leamington away. At the start of December, we'll get a good number of games out of the way now, and we'll come back at the start of December. and hopefully the good run of form will continue. So gutted to be out. That was a really good opportunity for us. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.